So today we have lower on the menu. Welcome back to another video. First of all, super stoked about this session. It just snowed last night, so the roads are really crappy. But going to the gym yesterday in snowy weather was just so peak. That type of weather is undeniably the best weather to train in. I don't care what anybody says. Once it's snowing outside and you go to train, it just feels so nice. Yeah, there's really no beating that. But yeah, like I said, we got lower on the menu today. I'm currently driving to the gym now. Was going to film a day in the life today. Don't know if I will, but I'll talk about what I did so far. So what I did so far was obviously fasted cardio, made breakfast, same as always, the eggs, egg whites, cheese. Had some turkey bacon along with the bagel. And then what I did was I answered some questions on Discord in the forum. I got some questions, answered those thoroughly. I do a much better job answering those thoroughly because I could actually think about them through like texting instead of writing it out instead of talking. So I answered those. If you have any questions and you really want to get a thorough answer or just join a community of science-based lifters, tap into that Discord. The link is always in the description. But anyways, I'm about to take some non-stim pre-workout because I had 2 cups of black coffee literally right here. Some bucked up non-stim. Goated pre gets me locked in mentally and also gives me a good pump for legs, which I need. Low-key, I still do have leg veins, but it's just like my legs are hairy, so it's hard to tell with the bulk. But yeah, super stoked for this session. I'm going to be recording it again, same as always, going to go for RDLs. Might go up in weight today, depending on how I feel. So we will see and plan accordingly, but I'll see you guys at the session.
And 6-time Olympia champion, Chris Bumstead.
Did I set the standard?
You have been the greatest champion that we could have possibly asked for.
Could I have done more? Champion mentality. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live up to the light that I have. Abraham Lincoln. Winning isn't once what I thought it was. I found it to be much more complex than our traditional definitions of success. A lot of people fall to their knees in tears after a big accomplishment, partly due to joy and gratitude, but a lot of what you see is relief and even fear. I don't say this to be cynical, but I've heard it from various people and experienced it myself. It's a crucial moment in a person's journey where you need to ask yourself what winning means to you. Otherwise, you get stuck in a hamster wheel, chasing a potentially non-existent result. What I found is that winning doesn't happen on show day. It happens in those early mornings, painful workouts, long cardio sessions, and hungry nights. It happens in those moments of fear we all have when faced with a difficult goal, and then more so, what you make of that fear. It happens in every second of every day before you win. If you can take every opportunity you have to bring yourself closer to your goal, win every one of those opportunities, all while becoming more resilient in the process, how can you lose? That is an exciting opportunity. An exciting responsibility to find out what you're truly capable of. A medal around your neck and a trophy in your hands provides but a moment of relief. Maybe a surge of excitement, but one that will quickly and surely fade. Then you're back to square one and faced with new decisions. Can I do it again? Will I do it again? Again. Why? There are new challenges you face now. You are so focused on winning, you didn't plan for what comes next. After all that hell you just put yourself through, are you ready to do it again, but with more intensities? If you're not improving, you're falling behind now. You've shown the world what you're capable of, and expect nothing less. Another scary but exciting opportunity. Another opportunity to grow. You may have busted your ass and gotten lucky once, but that was then and this is now. You can work 10 times smarter and harder than you did before, but you're still promised nothing. Entering hell blindly with no promise of what's on the other end is one thing, but getting to paradise and then choosing to turn back around into hell, full well knowing what to expect this time, with a pipe dream of a better paradise on the other end waiting for you, that's insanity. But history has a habit of calling ambitious people crazy. There's no guarantee of what you'll find on the other side of hell. You may even be crazy enough to learn that it was never hell to be.
So that was lower complete. Great session. Some highlights of the session was the 410-pound RDL, got that for 5. Didn't have a lift off on hip press today, so went a little bit lighter. Did 4 plates and a 30 for 6, I think. So that was good. Honestly, wasn't expecting to match 5 plates again. That was kind of a crazy jump from last session. And it was 3 reps. Didn't really want to get 3 reps again. Wanted to get like 6-ish reps. So that was perfect. Had to do standing hamstring curls because the gym was absolutely packed for some reason. Everybody was sitting legs on a Monday. Don't really know. I thought it was like dedicated chest day. So that was interesting. But overall, great session. Again, if you have to change like one thing in your program for one session, not going to be the end of the world. Just do it. And you could still hit the rest as normal and track regressions as normally. I still tracked it again, just so I could standardize it if I have to do it in the future, but not going to be the end of the world. All right, so today I want to talk about don't get so fixated on the destination of whatever journey you're on. Have some delayed gratification because that will take you farther than getting fixated on the destination ever will. If you're someone who's interested in lifting, you already have delayed gratification because you're doing it for a result that will come later on. Obviously, if you step into the gym, do one workout for even upwards of like 2 hours, you're not going to see any results from day one. I'm not going to lie. It takes time, consistency, and discipline to build up those muscles, build up the motor pathways, and ultimately create discipline in your routine to continuously show up and see those results. That Sam Sula quote, it goes something as along the lines of, the man who likes walking is going to get farther than the man who likes the destination. So this means essentially the man who likes the journey, the process, is going to go farther than anybody who ever just desires the dedication. For me, I could talk about something where I was super dedicated for a short period of time, just focusing on the outcome. And this was trading, actually day trading. Shout out Dooch if you're watching this, but I was so fixated on the end result and the destination, which was obviously earning money, being financially free at such a young age, that I didn't enjoy the destination. It just wasn't something that I had a passion in. And obviously if everybody wants to make money, it sounds good, but if you don't have a passion in something and you're not truly enjoying the walking or the process of it, you're not going to be able to succeed at the goal without burnout. I burnt out within, I'd say, about 2.5 months of trading. I really just stopped. I was doing paper trading and I just kind of got super burnt out. It wasn't something that I enjoyed and I ended up not wasting a lot of my time. I'm grateful for the experience as it taught me the importance of having passion in something, having passion in your goals, and then following through with them for the ultimate process of delayed gratification in your result, in your end goal. It taught me that delayed gratification and having passion in something rather than just focusing on the destination is much more important. So if you're someone who thinks, I'm just going to do this thing for an extended period of time, lock in, and be able to achieve my dream physique, let's say, in 6 months, even though you absolutely hate going to the gym, you hate the process, that you're not going to be able to get far. You're going to get burnt out. You're going to dump so much stuff because you'll be so motivated in the beginning. This is always the motivation for 2 to 3 weeks where you're changing your meal plan, you're getting your steps in, you're getting your cardio in. Everything is locked in as if you were a bodybuilder about to hop on stage. And then after 2-3 weeks, that's when that motivation fades. And that's when that passion that you didn't have for it just drops off, which is a crucial point that you need to keep going and understand that discipline carries you more than motivation ever will. Of course, everybody's not gonna have the same passion for bodybuilding, that's a given, but whatever goal that you have in life, if you don't have a passion for it and you are just doing it for the destination, not for the actual process and the journey, documenting your journey. This is why I started posting, because I wanted to document my journey of bodybuilding and truly show what it takes to be able to be a successful individual, not only in the sport, but the mindset. I wanna share my mindset with everybody. But going back to what I was saying, don't just do something for the destination, as it will get you nowhere and you will be burnt out within 2 weeks. Now, of course, there's times where I don't feel like working out, for instance. I'm just lazy, I'm tired, I just got off a shift. It could be a 10-hour shift at a restaurant, just walking all day, and I'm just exhausted, don't want to train. That's where discipline comes into play. So do not think that I'm not talking about discipline here. Discipline is the most important factors in consistency, because motivation will only last for a little bit in your entire journey and the entire process. For instance, when you're hiking up a mountain, you're motivated to start in the beginning, but what do? You don't stop and turn around and be like, all right, halfway through, I don't feel like doing this anymore. There's a view at the end of the mountain that is called delayed gratification, where you're waiting and going through a part of suffering, not suffering necessarily, but hard work. It could be lonely, it could be stressful, etc., where you're going through that period and you are trying to get that delayed gratification, which in this case would be the view. Now I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Anybody could chase an outcome, but very few are willing to fall in love with the work that it takes to achieve that outcome. Many few people are very resilient to fall in love with the process of delayed gratification, whether it might be, again, your physique. You're not willing to fall in love with the fact of cutting your food. If you're trying to get lean for, let's say, the summer, and you were cutting your food and you can't seem to fall in love with the process of that delayed gratification, where you're imagining yourself in 6 months from now, super lean, shredded, six-pack, whatever, on the beach. You can't imagine. You can imagine it. Obviously, it sounds good when it comes to your brain, but if you're not willing to fall in love with the process that it takes to get to that point, you're going to burn out and you're not going to be able to succeed with your goals. The process and the journey is so much more impactful and teaches you so many more lessons than the destination ever could. Truly think about it to yourself, whether you're falling in love with the processes that you had going on, or you're just chasing an outcome and you will eventually burn out at some point. So fall in love with the process. It's so much more impactful than the destination.
Alrighty guys, so that's going to conclude the video there. Currently editing it and realized I forgot to record an outro yet again. So this will be the outro. Just want to say I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any questions or comments, you could either ask them in the Discord right there, or you can comment them in the comment section. I'll be sure to check them out. But before I leave, again, tap into the Discord. The link is always in the description. The pre I use, everything, some of the clothing I wear is from Bucked Up. Tap in, Longo1 is the code, and I actually just recently got a Gympin code, so tap in. I've been using the Kingpin because my Amazon ones all bend, and the Kingpin's a savior, especially on the adductors where you have to like pin so many plates because the machine's so light. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.